Hello everyone, I'm Frankie Ward, here to shed some light on League of Legends strategy. First of all, you want to get to the enemy base. Simple, really. And then secondly, you want to hit the Nexus. You want to hit the Nexus. You want to hit the Nexus! Hit the Nexus! Yes?
Frankie, what was it I had to do again?
You want to hit the necklace! Nexus! Welcome everyone to the LEC 2023 Summer Split live from Berlin, Germany. Team Vitality and SK Gaming are entering the studio after tough losses yesterday to secure, hopefully today, their first win of summer. That's going to be our opening matchup today. I am Frankie. Clearly, I know nothing about League of Legends, but I do have two proper teachers in the studio. You have to hit the necklace, right?
Rule. Yeah, exactly.
The necklace,
the necklace, the Nexus, really either of them.
Definitely same difference, right?
I need to learn it, obviously, since last split.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
It's okay, anytime. You're a very lovely, patient student, although you do ask stupid questions. Let's throw up the standings as a reminder of yesterday's results before we get into things, because I kind of want some spicy takes based on what we saw in yesterday's opening games. Andrew, I will
you want
start with
spice? You want spice?
A little bit of spice. Spice up my life.
Add a little bit of spice. Yeah. How about? Hear me. Zeri, Yuumi are trash, garbage. They lost both their games, right? They got 2v2 killed at level 1, 2v2 killed level 2, tower dove. They couldn't win a game. I just think if all of our teams stopped actually picking it, like you tried the experiment, it failed. We could do the rest of the season without Zeri.
We could definitely skip the Yuumi, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone would be happy with that.
Yeah. What are you saying though, Reckless? Are you agreeing? You're going to go further? Spicier?
I'm going to go further.
Vindaloo?
So I think FLICKR might be the man. So I think FLICKR might be the man. Not only did they have a great game yesterday, but also a great interview. And I just feel like he belongs here. It's just really awesome to have him back. So yeah, FLICKR's best AD. There you have it.
He's got a duck.
He's got a duck. The duck's called Tet, I think.
Well, you don't want to name it if you're going to make a...
We're not eating the duck.
Oh, sorry, you said spicy.
Sorry.
My bad.
My God. Honestly. Well, I'm wondering though, are we putting a lot of emphasis on FLICKR because it's just so nice to see him again? He's obviously being reunited with Jankos, Team Heretics getting off to a good start. You know, can they actually maintain this momentum?
I mean, he did have a 15-kill game, and that might be our kill record for the season.
Are you Spanish?
No.
Sure?
I think so, yeah.
Legit. That's FLICKR is sick.
He's been adopted by the Spanish community now after this segment. Now, yesterday, we asked our players to participate in social media sensation, the Nico challenge, at least. Andy, you tell me, all the kids are into it.
Oh, yeah, they're doing it on the TikTok, the instant grammars, all that good stuff. Yep.
On the Twitch. Now, we asked our pros to take on the challenge with our friend Goldborg. It's 4 rounds. They had 10 seconds to find the disguised Nico in each picture. So let's have a look and see who reigns supreme.
And welcome to the game Where Was Nico, in the game where you have 10 seconds to find out where was Nico. Caps, are you ready to play Where Was Nico?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes, you have 10 seconds. Let's look at it. Where is Nico on this picture? Is it the Crocs? Is it the Raptors? Is it the Red Buff? Is it
where is Nico?
Okay, he's already counted. Is it the Raptors? Running out of town. Where was Nico?
Raptor.
Is it the Red Buff? Is it the Minion? Raptors. Okay, can you find it? Where was Nico?
Raptor.
Is it the Raptor?
The Raptors?
The Raptor. Was it the Raptors? It was. Congratulations. You found the first Nico, but we do have more Nicos and we're already into it. You have 10 seconds. Where is Nico? Now look at the map right now. There's so much for you to look at right now. There's minions. You gotta be fast. He's looking at minions. He's looking at camps. Is there anything else to look at? There's so much in the map right now. It's already done. Where is it? minions, there's jungle camps, there's fruit, there's a scuttle. Where is it? Is it the river? Is it water? Is it tower? Where do you find?
It's okay, man. It's the plant that gives you the... Oh, the plant!
There is the plan. You have a lot to look up on the map. Where could Nico be?
Honey fruit.
Raptors,
The fruit. Honey fruit.
Fruit, honey fruit?
Yes.
Was it the honey fruit?
Oh,
Okay, next one. Let's get ready for this one.
Okay.
Where is this Nico? Where was Nico? Where's Nico in this photo? Where is Nico on this one?
Scuttle crab.
Above him. There's two. You're a pro player. What scuttle was it? There was two scuttles. Okay,
It's a scuttle crab. It's a scuttle
Yeah,
crab.
but which one of the scuttle crabs is it?
What the...
Started. Go on, look at the map.
The crab.
Yeah, which one is it? There's two crabs.
What
crab is Nico?
Okay. The one that is to the right.
What's that one?
The right one. Right.
The right one. Tell me which one.
Chop.
Which one was it?
This one.
Is it the top crab?
To the right. The right crab. Right
Was
crab.
it the crab on the right?
The right crab.
No! Where is it now? Where is it? Count the minions. He's looking at the camps. He's looking at the river.
Okay. One of the crabs again.
You know, what was Nico challenge? Can you find it? Where was Nico? Where is she? Where was she? Where will she be? 10 seconds almost gone. Niski, where is it?
I don't know.
Niski, where's the champion? Where was it? Where was Nico? There's a lot of things to look at. There's a scuttle crab. There's two scuttle crabs.
Cannon minion.
Is it the cannon minion?
This one.
It is actually the first cannon minion. That is absolutely amazing. You got it. Unfortunately, I think that was every single slide that we had. Here is the score. As you can see it's going to be a three-way tie. 3 winners. 2 Danes and Sigenda and Caps. And Shrimpy, of course, coming through. And yeah, we'll see you next time with Where Was Nico if she's there.
You know, I'll be honest. I used to think that Goldborg was a pretty chill guy, but there was nothing chill about that. My heart is like racing. Like,
What are you talking about? He's such a chill guy!
Yeah, without GB, maybe they would have gotten more.
yeah, it was the pressure.
Montenegros.
That's
Yeah,
good
he put so
practice
much
for the
pressure,
LEC
yeah.
stage.
Except for Trimby. Trimby's obviously not tilted by anything, so chill.
Oh, he's always smiling. Look at the man.
Have
and he
great
got
photos,
3
yeah.
as well. Very impressive. Yeah, great photos.
Great photos.
And
Should
you've
we
got
try
a
to
great
reenact them?
face.
Do you want to try?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
I can try.
It's all you.
I can try. Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, let's try.
All right,
So,
give me Niski. Yeah.
Niski.
Okay. Yeah. Not bad. Yankos? Oh,
Bit
all
open,
right.
more mouth. I need more mouth. Wider, larger. Brilliant.
All right, let's
We'll
hit
get there.
Shigenda, maybe. Let's move on. Oh, okay. And Caps is the toughie. I think more teeth. Oh,
We're getting there.
Yeah,
We're getting
nice.
there. Yeah. He's
Trimby.
He's got slightly more elastic face than Trimby. Yeah, Trimby.
Trimby's
You're
easy.
nailing it. Perfect,
Trimby's
perfect.
easy. Trimby. I mean, yesterday you
Beautiful
guys
photos.
definitely had a bromance on the sofa.
He just
in
Nico'd
PGL.
into the 5 pros. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do my
I
Nico
want to
impression.
see
Wow.
Reckless do the challenge, but unfortunately we don't have time. And we didn't get to enjoy Nico on the Rift yesterday, but some other dark magic tech did make its way onto the Rift. And Vedi is here to enlighten us about static Shiv LeBlanc.
Thank you very much, Frankie. Yes, I'm here to educate you all on some of the dark technology that we did see yesterday in Humanoid Static Shiv LeBlanc. So let's start off by talking about what the item is. Static Shiv will give you attack damage, attack speed, and critical chance. Already a bit of a weird item to be building on an AP mid-mage assassin, but what's crucial is noticing this energized attack. Your energized attack fires chain lightning that applies bonus magic damage increased against minions, and it can hit up to 12 targets based on level. You'll see at the bottom of your screen, the bonus damage to champions done by Humanoid in this game was 6,875. That's a lot. For context, that's 32% of his own damage to champions and more than Kobe dealt the entire game. Right, so, I mean, that was a lot of damage dealt by this Static Shiv alone, but why does it make sense on a champion like LeBlanc? Well, firstly, that electrocution gives you a lot of additional wave clear. Our observers have so kindly highlighted some of the beautiful wave clear tools that LeBlanc does get off the back of this. The fact that it scales with AP means that a champion like LeBlanc, who can just continue to stack up magic damage items, can basically shred through minion waves and have no issues, whether it be in a side lane or in the mid lane, constantly generating pressure. But okay, but why LeBlanc? What about her specifically makes it powerful? Well, it's her ability to stack stack Static Shiv very quickly. For those that don't know, it's stacked based on the amount of units traveled. This means that, as we're going to see in this clip, fully stacked goes up, the dash back will actually give you 25 stacks. Here, when you use both dashes, you use all of your stacks, 50 stacks, which means that every time that she blinks back, LeBlanc is already beginning to stack up her Static Shiv. It's incredibly efficient how often she's able to proc the skill, because even skills like Flash will contribute to the stacking of Static Shiv. It's not limited to just dashes. So LeBlanc and Zoe are two champions that can gain a lot of value from this itemization. And we look at one of the team fights from yesterday, you're not going to see the Static Shiv proccing a lot, but Humanoid dealt 2.8k damage in this team fight. Like, he was dealing so much damage, and this is only in the mid game, right? The amount of mobility that you have, the amount of single target lockdown, the raw burst damage that LeBlanc has, combined with the Static Shiv, means that very early onto the game, you have a lot of team fight power, you have a huge amount of poke presence, your wave clear is incredibly strong. I feel like that this is going to be the new hot pick. Today in the LCK, we already saw it being an incredibly priority pick, and I expect to see it more. Thank you coming and listening to my TED Talk on Static Shiv, but now it's time to send it over to Trouble, who's standing by with perks.
Thank you very much, Vedi. I've got someone with me who's played his fair share of LeBlanc games in the past. Perks, thank you so much for joining me on the interview. Happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me here.
Of course. Now, you guys have not necessarily had the results that you expected over in winter and spring, but you've had a pretty hefty break between spring and summer to implement a lot of changes or development in your gameplay. Can you tell us a little bit about what you guys have been working on?
After we had lost spring playoffs, we realized the reason why we lose is because we are not quite there as a team, and our objective setup, Heralds and Dragons, which is like what the whole game revolves around, kind of, was just try to burst to other teams that beat us, right? And we all acknowledge it. We all realize that. We've been working much more in scrims to focus on the communication and our setups. Around that, we've been having presentations about it, and I can say that I feel like our play in scrims has gotten much better regarding that. I don't think our results are better in scrims. Like, I think we win less, but it's also when you're like so focused on improving on specific points, sometimes you make like more dumb mistakes, but at least you're learning, right? So yeah.
So you're mainly focusing on your objective setups, and sometimes it might not go well on scrims, but we know scrims don't always translate on what officials are, right? Now, with this in mind and the implemented changes that you guys have put into your gameplay, what do you think went wrong in your game yesterday? Because it feels like your early game was phenomenal. Now, with the meta where you need strong individual laners, you have them in every single lane in your team. What went wrong?
I mean, our early game went pretty bad yesterday, though, actually, because it started off really well, because I can hear in comms my bot lane is like 2v2 diving them. They're talking about it, and I have mid push, so Kindle can invade. So the plan was going really well, and then like in the next 1 minute, bot lane ends up dying 2v2, jungle dies, and top dies as well. So kind of everyone dies, and we had a team comp that we've all agreed afterwards that it wasn't quite the best, in the sense of we are really reliant on us winning lanes. It's kind of like a team comp where we should have 3 pushing lanes, and we should just snowball off that. But the thing is, we have 0 CC, and they had 5 CC champs. So how do you say, like, when your best engage in the game is like your Ahri ulting in, and enemy has Cassandra and Yuumi to block everything, then you probably have not much chance of winning, right? So we realized we just have to have a bit more synergetic drafts and a little bit less ego drafts, I guess, in a way, right? So with having said all of that, I think the game was competitive until it wasn't. Like, I checked, we were even in gold. We had like chance, but I just think at some point, like, them being 1k up felt like they were 10k up. Like, just felt very unwinnable. So hopefully we're gonna switch more to having some more scaling in the drafts, where we're not just reliant on us snowballing early game. because I don't think we are that good to do that. And on top of that, I just think that's straight up not the meta right now.